Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive videos never before seen on YouTube. And don't forget to also check out the memberships on my channel page to join and gain access to perks and see videos early. Make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell and be notified of new videos. All the support goes to the production of the channel for better content. Now let's get into the video.
What is going on, you guys? Major Dragon here. Now real quick before the video starts, I do want to clarify something. As you might notice, I might sound a little bit different. That is because I used to record on OBS, but for some reason the entire system is not working for me. Thus, I now have re-recorded the entire session right over again. So, if it does sound a little bit different, I do apologize a lot, but there's nothing else that I can do. But this is the best quality that I was able to re-record for you guys on another platform. So, to get this what if started, I really appreciate the support. If you guys want to show it so I can continue on to the next part, make sure to give this video to 300 likes. After 300 likes, I shall continue on to the next part. The What If series is going to change forever, as Goku has always been able to break past his limits, but he's always reached a certain threshold for him to break past it. There are beings who are able to live without this issue. Beings who are able to just break their limit entirely. Able to have no limit to their powers, such as Superman, or even beings like Saitama. There is a theory within the One Punch Man universe that a being reaches his limit one point in one way. But there are some rare beings that can shatter this limitation, meaning that they have limitless strength, power, and more. What if Goku was able to do this? What if he was born with this kind of level of limitless power to where no matter what, he would always grow stronger and stronger and stronger? This version of Goku would be very similar to the likes of Saitama, so that any being that he would go up against or anything in his way, he would always just grow strong. The same events would happen. Goku being given away by Bardock on the ship flying off of planet Vegeta. Planet Vegeta would still blow up like the original due to Frieza taking orders from Beerus. This is when Goku would land on planet Earth and meet Grandpa Gohan, who under his teachings he will learn how to survive and live on his own. During those small years, Grandpa Gohan would notice the incredible potential that Goku has. It's astronomical, the amount that he has. Goku would still turn into a great ape, and he would sadly still kill Grandpa Gohan, flattening him. Now, in reality, even an Uzaru that's much stronger than this would have completely destroyed the planet, but we're gonna go and just say that he didn't. He just destroyed the area and just fell asleep like he did originally. This also means that one day, Bulma, who was on her summer vacation, would be searching for the Dragon Balls. She would meet Son Goku at Mount Pazu, and she would discover that Goku has the 4-star Dragon Ball. After some persuasion, kind of agreeing that Goku's like a little bodyguard, they would then agree, and Goku would then go join Bulma on the adventure of Dragon Ball. Now this is when they would then find the turtle on their little adventure. Now, just to mind you, any being in Goku's way, Goku would flatten them instantly, without any much of a problem. Goku's always been strong, but this version of Goku is completely different. Now, to also mind you, there will be no real power levels in this series, as it's redundant at this point. There will be more of a power scaling, as that makes it easier. Once when they would finally meet the turtle, they would then bring him back towards the beach area, giving him water. This is when they would then meet Master Roshi, and he would then give them the 3-star Dragon Ball and the Flying Nimbus as a reward. Now, of course, a few days later, this is when Goku would then stop the reign of the terrible Oolong. And then this is when the elderly lady would then give Bulma and Goku the 6-star Dragon Ball. Now, cutting forward, a lot of the events would go pretty similar. The only difference here is that Goku would have no problem. He would have easily been able to defeat Yamcha and Puar. They would have secretly followed them. Now, when Master Roshi uses the Kamehameha for the first time to put the flames of the Frying Pan Mountain away, of course he did destroy the entire mountain, they would recover the 7-star Dragon Ball. Goku would still easily defeat the Boss Raditz gang. The only difference here is that when Pilaf was able to summon Shenron and they captured him, Goku wouldn't even turn into a great ape, as he could have easily escaped. Goku could have one-shot the entire area, destroying the wall, and they could have escaped, destroying Pilaf's castle, beating the Pilaf gang. Now this is when Goku would meet Krillin, and they would become students under the legendary Master Roshi. Now, Roshi would then move his house to a larger island, and this is when some changes are going to occur. Now, they would then train for the next 7 months. Goku here? Master Roshi's training is not proving very effective for Goku. With Goku being so powerful, none of his weight training or anything is working. So Roshi switches his training. He goes more towards his teaching him martial arts and teaching him discipline and more mental training for Goku. As Goku was eager to grow even stronger, Krillin was kind of left in the dust. Even Roshi was too. This doesn't mean that Krillin was weaker by any chance actually. With having a stronger opponent such as Goku, Krillin was actually able to grow a little bit stronger to where he was actually able to match Roshi in power. Now, this is when they would still do weight training with the shells, but it wouldn't really work for Goku. Now, this is when the Red Ribbon Army would start their search for the Dragon Balls, and this would start the early saga of the Red Ribbon Army, but first is the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. Now, this is when Goku would have actually defeated Master Roshi, as Master Roshi and Krillin would actually have a way closer battle. The only difference here is that Roshi would use his superior intellect, since he also trained Krillin to defeat him, but Krillin was actually a physical match, and Krillin would even be able to give Tien a run for his money if he could. But that's later on. Now, once when Goku would have easily defeated Master Roshi, this is when the Red Ribbon Army saga would then start. The only difference here is that Goku is so much stronger than ever before. The Red Ribbon Army has no chance against this version of Goku. Goku was far too powerful, and this is when Goku would then confront General Blue, and he would easily defeat him. Now, also Mercenary Tao would then kill General Blue either way, but he would ran into Goku under Quartz Tower, and Goku would easily be able to defeat him, and this is when instead of climbing, Goku would be able to jump the tower in a single leap, having no problem. Korn was shocked that he was able to jump that high, and Korn would then offer to train him. And this is after he begins his training to take the sacred water from Korn. After 3 days of training, Goku would even catch it even faster since he's so strong. Goku would be able to drink the sacred water. Goku would defeat Mercenary Tao, and as we know before, Mercenary Tao would actually have returned for round 2. Now this is when he would single-handedly destroy the entire Red Ribbon Army, as they have no chance against this version of Goku. He is far too powerful, and there is no way that they are able to touch this version of Goku ever. This is also when, after trying to train to run around the world, which he could do realistically, Goku would finally meet Tien Shenhan for the first time. Now, cutting forward, Goku, a few months later, would then go towards Papa Island, where the 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament is taking place. Now, as the World Martial Arts Tournament takes place, Tien Shenhan would not win like he did in the original. Goku would have easily been able to defeat anyone in his place, as there's no way that they have a chance against this version of Goku. Tien Shenhan would have lost, as Goku would have been able to defeat him within a single punch or two. Now, Krillin would still be killed by Tambourine, and this is when King Piccolo makes himself known. Now, this is when Goku would still meet Yajirobe, hunting down Tambourine, killing him. Goku would then cross paths with Demon King Piccolo. This time, Goku would have easily defeated Demon King Piccolo, not vice versa. With Demon King Piccolo having no chance, Goku would then punch a hole right through him, but this also means that Master Roshi and Chaozu were never killed as well, and they would still use the Dragon Balls to bring Krillin back to life, and Demon King Piccolo never got his youth restored. But now this also means that this time around, Kami would not die, and here's why. Because Demon King Piccolo still had a chance to spit out an egg, Piccolo Jr., so Kami is still redundant, and the Dragon Balls are still here. So that's the reason why the Dragon Balls are still usable. This also means that Goku would never really drink the sacred water again, and this kind of does change. Well, I do still feel like for Goku defeating Demon King Piccolo, Kami would then offer to train him. Now, Kami would not be able to remove his tail, as it was too strong to remove. Remember, it's part of his durability feat. So Kami can't even remove his tail, so he decides to help Goku try to learn it and to control it. Goku would even go in the hyperbolic time chamber by himself, and he would be able to spend the whole year in there, quickly adjusting to any gravity issues or anything else. So Goku would last a whole year within the time chamber, no problem. Kami, at this point, would not need to restore the moon, because the moon was never destroyed to begin with, and again, This is when Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, and Chaozu would then climb Korin Tower, and after training under Korin, they would then split up, train on their own for the remaining time before the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. This is when I definitely believe this is where a big change is going to happen. Goku would still become engaged to Chi-Chi, and after fighting Piccolo Jr., and he would easily win the tournament, this is when him and Chi-Chi would then get engaged. But the big change is going to happen when Raditz shows up. As Gohan was still born, and about 5 years later, Goku would then take his son Gohan to go see his friends under Master Roshi's home. Now, this is when Raditz would then make himself known. Raditz would then land and look around at people. Goku was confused on who this was. Raditz notices that whenever he taps on his scouter, Goku's power level reads 0, which is impossible. This thing must be bugged or something. His power level must be that low, it's laughable. Goku would then ask who Raditz was, as Raditz would then laugh and state that they are warriors from another world. They are conquerors, and they take over planets, like space pirates. And he was sent here to conquer this world, and he has come to pick him up, and he sees he hasn't done much of a good job. But since he's here, he'll be able to help him destroy this planet and sell it for the highest bidder if they want to. Goku would of course tell him no, he doesn't have a brother, and he's not a Saiyan, and he would rather die than join him. This is when Krillin would kind of mess around with Raditz, and then Raditz would then slap him into his house. This is when I believe some things are going to be different. Raditz would go to take Gohan and elbow Goku like he did in the original. The only difference here is that the elbow to his stomach wouldn't even do anything to him. Goku was far too powerful. The elbow to his stomach wouldn't even faze Goku. Goku would then grab his son Gohan and set him down. He would then deliver a powerful punch to Raditz's stomach, launching him through the water, and Raditz would then crash on an island miles away as he was severely wounded. Raditz would then, as a coward, beg for his life as he would summon his ship, and Goku would actually allow him to leave, as he would tell him that if he ever shows his face here again, he will kill him. This is when Raditz would then fly back after being healed, arriving to go see Vegeta and Nappa. Now with Vegeta and Nappa, they would then see that Raditz has failed. Someone easily defeated him within a single blow. Pretty impressive feat, but Vegeta would actually kill Raditz as a point, saying that you're such a low class and this was your final chance to actually prove yourself to us, but it seems you can't handle it. So Raditz was actually killed in this what-if scenario. And it wasn't by, of course, Goku's hands, it was by Vegeta's hands. Which Vegeta also did it to Nappa as well. So it doesn't really seem that far-fetched that he would definitely do it to somebody that he doesn't like even less. So yeah, Raditz is long gone. With Raditz being destroyed, Vegeta and Nappa, I believe, would still want to go take a look at what's going on and definitely be interested in seeing this so-called powerful Saiyan that was able to defeat Raditz with a single shot. Definitely interested. So, with this being said, they would then fly off and head right towards planet Earth. Now, Raditz never warned him about Saiyans arriving stronger than himself, but you could say that he did. But even if he did, it wouldn't make a difference anyway. Goku and the others would have trained the same as before, and Goku would have still kind of slacked off a little bit, but just to be sure that Raditz doesn't come back, he makes sure to keep himself in shape. This is when, after a year would pass, Nappa and Vegeta would then arrive on planet Earth. The Z Fighters would then arrive, as this is where some changes are definitely going to occur. Since Goku never died like the original, there's no Kaioken or Spirit Bomb, he also was not late by a few hours showing up. So this means that Chaozu, Tien, Piccolo, Yamcha does not die. Since Piccolo doesn't die, it means that Kami doesn't die either. That means that the Dragon Balls are still on planet Earth. Now, Goku arriving with his friends, Nappa would then walk up, as I do still feel like they would still summon the Cybermen like before to have some fun. But this is when I believe that when Goku notices how the Cybermen are giving people trouble, because remember, they're not training knowing that the Saiyans were arriving, so how could they have known? Goku would have did the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan treatment and reappeared around, one-shotting each one, killing them. He would then go to fight Nappa. Nappa would then power up his aura and then laugh at Goku, and then launch towards him with a powerful punch, but Goku would easily dodge the attack. As with Nappa slipping, he would then crash into a boulder. He would then get up from even more furious. He would then glow a golden aura as he would then aim his fingers up, as the entire area would then blow up, but Goku was standing there with no damage perfectly fine. This would then make Nappa even more infuriated, as he would actually hit Goku head on, but it would just bounce off of him almost. Goku would then give all of them one chance to leave and to never return, which would then make Vegeta laugh. Nappa was only growing more angry until Vegeta would then state, "Nappa, you need to give up, as he's just toying with you. I'll face him myself." Nappa would then agree, as he would then listen to the boss man. He would then fly after Goku's friends to go have some playtime with them. This is when Goku without Kaioken would actually fly in, breaking his spine, and then holding him in the air and then throwing him in front of Vegeta. This is when Nappa, after asking for help, Vegeta would have then grabbed him, thrown him into the air, and completely incinerated Nappa, killing him entirely. Vegeta doesn't see anybody that's useful that doesn't even have a pair of legs on his side. Now Vegeta, in his own anger, he notices how they're all slouches. He would then state that he'll kill every single one of them. First things first, Goku still has the tendency to drop his guard. Vegeta would then make use of it. As with all them gang up, they think they can fight Vegeta. Yamcha would actually try to go up, but Vegeta would actually fire 2 Ki Blast. But it was too close, as Goku can't get both of them. It would actually hit Yamcha, and one of them was heading right for Gohan, but Piccolo would then jump in the way just in time and sacrifice himself for Gohan, dying in the process. Piccolo would then have his same speech to Gohan, and Goku was infuriated with Vegeta. Goku would then go battle Vegeta, as then Piccolo would then state about the Dragon Balls and that they can use them to bring him back, but sadly, there's not enough time as he's passing away. Since Piccolo's gone, the Dragon Balls are useless now that Kami's gone too. Now the Dragon Balls are his stone. Goku's battle with Vegeta would be intense, both of them trading blows back and forth, seemingly almost equal in power, but Goku was holding back, as Vegeta can tell. Goku would then start to power up, as Vegeta was shocked as it would actually almost exploding his scouter. Goku and Vegeta would then talk some smack back and forth, with Vegeta stating that it doesn't matter, both your friends are gone. Goku would then state that they're not, we'll find a way, as he would then explain that there are Dragon Balls that can wish them back to life. Sadly, since that you killed Piccolo, we can't even wish them back. Frieza would have heard this, as he would have actually learned to go to Namek, same as before. Goku would have put the beat down on Vegeta, as Vegeta has no chance against this version of Goku. Vegeta, in desperation, would then summon a fake moon. Now remember, Goku's tail is hiding in his pants, so Vegeta doesn't see it. Vegeta has it tucked away, and Goku has it wrapped around his waist under his G, so he can't see it. But either way, Goku knows not to look at the fake moon to turn to a great ape, as although he could control it, he's better fighting in his base form, as he knows he can still fight Vegeta. Goku feels a little bit of excitement. He can actually fight somebody that's actually pretty strong for the first time in his life. Vegeta would then launch forward and actually hit Goku, launching him through several pillars, but Goku would stand there like Saitama does and not really take too much damage. Goku would be surprised at how quick he was in this large form, but sadly, it's not enough. Goku would then prove a point to Vegeta that he's been holding back this entire time. Goku would then begin powering up, as he would then transform into a Super Saiyan, shocking Vegeta, as he couldn't even believe that Goku was able to do this. Goku would have then flew right into Vegeta, knocking him over and removing his tail. With Vegeta defeated and unable to defend himself, he would then crawl away into his space pod. Would Goku kill him? I don't think so, because Goku even had him spared last time. No, it was because he wanted to fight him again, but he thinks that Vegeta trains, they can fight again, he becomes stronger. And Goku has always done that with villains, he always gives them a chance. Vegeta would then tell him that you will regret trying to save me, and he would then leave. Now, since that Frieza knows about it, this is when some changes are going to occur with the fact that, well, Frieza knows about the Dragon Balls, and he's going to be heading his way over to Namek to be able to get the wish for immortality for himself. Now, Goku was not mortally wounded in this way. Now, since he's not mortally wounded, This is also when Dr. Gero would still send the micro-sized robot to collect blood samples and to basically collect DNA. Now, Vegeta would then leave, and Goku, and I only believe the only people that would be hospitalized maybe are Krillin and Gohan, but they didn't really fight much. Now, this is when, within a few days, with the help of Popo, Bulma would be able to help the reconstruction of Kami's spaceship, and she would even complete her lesson in the Namekian language. Now, this would be Gohan, Krillin, Bulma, and Goku would actually leave for Namek, as Goku's not over a week late. Vegeta would still land on planet Frieza 79, get himself healed, and well over a week later, about 10 days, this is when Bulma, Gohan, and Krillin, and Goku would all land on Namek, as it was a few days later, but this is when they would then all arrive. This is when I believe that Vegeta would still battle Qui and easily defeat him. Now, Bulma would then kind of stay around to make sure everything's good. This is when they would then split up. Goku would rather go on his own. Goku would then tell Krillin and Gohan to try to go find the other Dragon Balls to make sure that everything's okay while he's gone. Now, Vegeta would still steal the Dragon Balls as before, as his plan is to wish himself for immortality. Now, actually, Piccolo, Tien, Chaozu, and Yamcha would actually arrive at King Kai's planet to begin training first, as Vegeta would then steal the Dragon Ball from the Namekian village. Zarbon and Vegeta would have their match. Now, remind you, Vegeta fought a stronger person, getting a near-death Zenkai. So he actually would be able to fight full power Zarbon, but Vegeta would actually allow himself to be defeated because he's intelligent. He would pretend that he was knocked out, as they would then heal him for interrogation. Once when Vegeta was healed, he would then break out and steal the 5 Dragon Balls. This is when he'll fight Zarbon again and kill him easily. Now, on Frieza's orders, he would also kill Midoriya as well. Now, on Frieza's orders, the Ginyu Force will begin traveling to Namek. Now, Goku would have not have done gravity training, as he does know about it from the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, but they wouldn't have been able to make the extra ship that had it. So within the next 4 days, Goku would then travel around on Namek trying to help them find the Dragon Balls. Now, Goku does want to go fight this Frieza guy, as he believes it's time. Now, this is when they'll meet Elder Guru, who would then read Goku's mind, and he would then sense that Goku's potential is already fully unlocked, and he has limitless powers of it. He would still unlock Gohan and Krillin's potential just like before. The difference here is that since Goku's here, Guru would then explain what happens and tell him that, listen, I need you to stop him. This is when Goku would then fly off on his own, and the Ginyu Force would then arrive. Now, this is when the Ginyu Force would be attacking Vegeta, messing around. Vegeta would be on the losing end. Goku would then jump in and save his life, easily killing off Guldo, Raccoon, Jace, Birder, easily. Captain Ginyu would have already flown off with the Dragon Balls like before, but he would have stopped, as Goku would have stopped him midway. As Captain Ginyu could try the change now technique, but it actually wouldn't be able to work because Goku was too fast this time. He would be able to dodge the attack, and he would easily kill Captain Ginyu. This is when Frieza would finally arrive. Now, once when Frieza and Goku meet up, the fight would then begin. Goku has been really itching to fight Frieza so badly, but he hasn't done it yet because he does want to final the Dragon Balls first to make sure that they don't make a wish. Remember, Goku doesn't know that you need to speak the Namekian language to have them unlocked. He thinks that it's still English. Goku's fight with Frieza would be intense, as he notes that first form Frieza was so much stronger than Vegeta was on Namek. Frieza would then fly in and actually surprise Goku by delivering a powerful punch to his face, making a massive crater, launching him back. Frieza was amazed that there was a warrior this powerful, and he commends him, but now he will then suffer for him taking away his dream. This is also when the Dragon Balls would turn to stone, as Elder Guru would still pass away of natural causes. Now, this is when Goku and Frieza would continue their battle, but Frieza notices how this Saiyan, he must be concealing his power. It keeps growing and growing and growing. Goku is already surpassing first form Frieza. This is when Frieza, out of desperation, would then transform into his second form, battling Goku, as Frieza was much stronger than before. With Frieza being 3 to 4 times the strength as last time, Goku was having fun, actually. He knows that this Frieza guy is actually strong, he's actually having to push himself. Goku's finding out power that he never had before. As the more that he fights Frieza, the more stronger that he's growing. He can feel it, as he doesn't really sense a limit to how strong he can become. He didn't even know that he can get this strong before. Frieza was getting frustrated, as Goku would have easily grabbed him by the tail and threw him through a few mountains. Frieza would then transform into his third form and launch dozens of death beams at Goku, who he would be able to catch and block each and every single one of them. Goku would then charge up Ki Blast of his own, launching it at Frieza, who would be able to barely dodge them. One of them would hit his shoulder and wound it, as Frieza would then commend the Saiyan, saying that for the first time, ever since his parents, he will see his true power, as Frieza would then transform into his final form. Now, final form Frieza is scary powerful. Goku was excited to fight this version of Frieza. As the two would begin their battle, Frieza would actually overpower Goku for the first little bit, as Frieza would not be holding back that much this time, as he has less mercy for this Saiyan. Now Vegeta and the others are watching this time around, as what can Vegeta do? Dragon Balls are gone, and he's watching Kakarot, who he believes is definitely the Super Saiyan, defeat Frieza. He hasn't even transformed yet, which Goku's holding back. This is when, because Goku wants a challenge. Goku in base form was battling final form Frieza as he was quickly catching up. Frieza doesn't understand. Every time that he grows stronger and powers up, this Saiyan just surpasses him. Does he not have a limit? Could he be a Super Saiyan? Frieza, out of desperation, would then try to blow up planet Namek. This is when Goku would then jump in just in time, stopping the Death Ball from being made, as he would then prove a point to Frieza, as he promises Frieza that he will go full power if Frieza does as well. He wants Frieza to keep pushing his limits. This is when Frieza would then go into his 100% state, as Goku would then power up to a Super Saiyan. Goku would then start powering up to his quote-unquote full strength, as Frieza can't sense it, but he can feel the immense power that Goku has. The two would then clash, as Goku was letting Frieza hit him with everything that he had. It wasn't even touching him. Frieza would then put all of his power into a single punch, hitting Goku, as Goku was laughing. Frieza would state, "What's so funny?" as Goku would state, "Nothing. I'm just kind of amused. I'm kind of in disbelief for how strong I've become. Your punches only tickle like a tiny feather." As this would scare Frieza, as Goku would offer to spare Frieza's life and tell him to go live with the shame and live with the fact that you lost to a mere Saiyan, didn't you? Frieza would not accept this, as he would even try attacking Goku's friends by launching a Ki Blast. Goku would then quickly jump in the way, slap the attack away, and fire an angry Kamehameha, hitting Frieza full force, completely incinerating the Emperor. This means that planet Namek was not destroyed and there's not a new Namek. Sadly, with Elder Guru's passing, Elder Mori was now given the Grand Elder Steam, and he was now the sole owner of the Dragon Balls, of course, in Elder Guru's place. Now, I do believe this is when they would still take Dende back from Earth a little bit early this time, since that Dende can be the new Guardian, which he would then accept. Now, this is when Goku would then hear from King Kai for the first time, not knowing who this guy was, but he would then learn from Yamcha, Piccolo, and the others that, well, they're actually learning under him. Goku would definitely want to go train under King Kai. And maybe he has an idea. Maybe they can use the Dragon Balls and transport him there. That'd be awesome. Or maybe King Kai states that King Yemma might be able to pull some strings, and he might be able to transport Goku there. He does owe King Kai some favors. Goku would be excited, and he'll say, "Yeah, I'll go there as soon as I can get home." Vegeta would then kind of go into his own space pod, as Vegeta would then follow them back to planet Earth. He has nowhere else to go anyway, as he knows that Kakarot is the Super Saiyan. He cannot defeat him, and he's happy that Frieza got what he deserved and got killed. This is when Vegeta and Bulma's relationship would grow, just like the original. She would leave Yamcha for Vegeta, vice versa. Trunks would still be born. All that would happen the same. This is when I believe during that year, Goku would then leave, King Yama's request, fly down to Snake Way, go train under King Kai as the rest are back on Earth, and train with them for about a year. So he was still gone for roughly a year, learning the Kaioken and learning the Spirit Bomb. Now this is when King Kai would then comment on his incredible potential. Goku would then fly back, as then a man from the future would then suddenly appear with help from a future threat.
Once when Trunks has arrived from the future, he would wander around the location where he was told that Goku would be landing from planet Namek after battling Frieza. but he was confused, as no one was there. No one even showed up. As after hours has passed, Trunks wonders that something must be wrong. Did he show up in the correct timeline, or was it the correct time that he showed up? Maybe he was a few hours late. After a few more hours of waiting, nothing happened. Trunks would then use his power to sense around the planet and see if he finds any powerful key sources, and he does. He would then fly off to Goku's home, where he knew that's the only other place he would be at. Once arriving, Trunks would then notice that Goku was actually there. Trunks then wonders that maybe he accidentally went a little bit too forward, but he has enough time, as Goku's not sick or anything and there's no androids yet. Trunks would actually go introduce himself to Goku, and Goku would wonder who this guy actually is, as Goku by this point was actually training with his son Gohan. And Gohan would be confused on who this guy is as well. Trunks would then introduce himself to Goku and Gohan, stating that he would like to privately speak to Goku if that's okay. Goku can sense that this guy has no evil intentions, nor does he really seem like a bad person. Goku would then fly off on his own with Trunks, and Trunks would then first ask to fight him. Goku was confused, but Trunks says that he just needs to see how strong he is, and see if it's true. Trunks would then showcase Goku Super Saiyan. This would surprise Goku, as he's never seen something like this before. Trunks would then smirk and state that you don't have Super Saiyan? How are you able to beat Frieza? Then Trunks wonders that maybe he just can't access it yet, as it was very hard to access from the beginning. Trunks would then fly in with his sword, but Goku would block it like his finger, just like the original, as he would use his ki to protect his finger, blocking each attack. Because Goku knows that Trunks was not trying to hurt him, and he wasn't trying to kill him, or else he'll be deli meat by then. Goku would then explain that yes, he did defeat a guy named Frieza on planet Namek, but he doesn't know what that Super Saiyan thing is. Trunks would then note on how powerful Goku was that he doesn't really sense a limit to his power. It's like it's infinitely glowing from within him. He doesn't understand. Goku would then explain that he's always had this, to where no matter what big guy he fights, he's always been able to overcome it and defeat it. He doesn't feel a limit to his power. Trunks by this point would then explain to Goku either way about the future. Would explain to him that he would ask him first what month and what year is it. Goku would explain, which is the same exact time, so Trunks did show up on time. It's just maybe it was altered by even going back. Trunks would then explain that within 3 years' time, androids would then show up, 2 of them, and they are ungodly powerful. They killed everyone else from the future. And Goku was actually kind of excited. Not from the killing part, but the fact that these androids are super strong can actually give him a challenge. But Trunks would then explain, no, unfortunately not. You fall ill before you could even fight. It's this thing called the heart virus. A lot of people on my planet have it. Goku would be confused, as he's kind of let down. He wasn't even able to fight them without getting sick. But Trunks would then explain that, well, in the future, multiple people have had this disease on the planet. Mother, aka Bulma, was able to find a cure. Now, Goku hearing Bulma would almost fall over, saying he was shocked that Bulma actually had a kid. Well, who's the dad? Does he think that is Yamcha? Trunks would actually smile and say, no, not exactly. It's actually Vegeta, which would shock Goku even more, but he can kind of see how they would kind of mix together, being both really grumpy. Trunks would then offer Goku the heart medicine and explain that the exact time, the exact city, and the exact date when androids are going to appear, and to be ready. Trunks would then have to leave, as he doesn't have much fuel left and he has to go back to his timeline. But he will show up when the time comes to come and help Goku if he ever needs it. Goku would then agree and thank Trunks for everything. Real quick before he does, he would actually ask Trunks how did he do that Super Saiyan thing. He just wants to know how. Well, Trunks would explain that it's all about emotions, raw emotions. You have to get angry. More angry than you've ever been before. And let your energy explode. Conceal it. You need to have it as a want, not as a need. It needs to be something very special. Goku would understand this and thank Trunks, as Trunks would then leave. Now we're going to cut forward a little bit. With Super Saiyan in mind, Goku wants to unlock something like that, but he doesn't have really the anger to do that yet. But with meditation, he'll start to figure it out. Now by this point in time, Piccolo would actually be hanging around the group by this point, so he would actually be training alongside Gohan and Goku. Goku would have told the Z Fighters everything else that would have happened. I do believe the only difference is probably he wouldn't explain that Bulma is Trunks' mother, same with Vegeta. I think he'll leave that one alone, but he will explain that within 3 years' time, androids will appear that will be ungodly strong, and he would tell them the exact date, the exact time, and where it is. So all the Z Fighters would then go on their own paths to go train. This is when Gohan, Goku, and Piccolo begin training. Now here's where the big twist is going to happen. Since Goku is so strong, Piccolo's power level is going to spike up a lot, because he's fighting a much more powerful opponent. Same with Gohan as well, fighting a much stronger Goku. They can pretty much focus on pushing the potential even higher. Now, once the 3 years would pass, most of the events would go the exact same, with them meeting up and meeting the 2 androids. Now the 2 androids were Dr. Gero and Android 19, just like the original. The 2 androids would be a little bit surprised to see Goku's potential. Now hold on, wouldn't the androids be much more powerful because Goku is much more powerful? That is true. The androids are actually a little bit more advanced and they're a bit more powerful, but again, they can't take the DNA of limitless potential. They can only take his DNA. As true, you can say that Goku has limitless potential if you want, but that just wouldn't really make any sense for him to harness limitless power. That just wouldn't make sense, and also they would not have the technology to have that, as the androids would then explode. So no, the androids are a bit stronger than they are before, but it's not by a massive margin. So Goku by this point would have easily tossed around Android 19. Now, when this comes around, this is when Goku would actually showcase Super Saiyan for the first time, but he doesn't even need it, as he can easily overpower Android 19, until he starts succumbing the heart virus. Now, this is when Goku starts getting sick. This is now cutting forward, is when Goku would start to fall ill, and then he would collapse, as Android 19 would try to take his energy, but Vegeta would then cut in, hitting him away. Now I gotta remember too, Vegeta's also fought a stronger version of Goku too. Vegeta, also having a bigger goal, has pushed himself even higher, so Vegeta's actually a little bit stronger as well. And he would have been able to defeat Android 19, as he wasn't able to take any of Goku's energy. This is just base Android 19. Defeating Android 19, and also fighting Dr. Gero, which then Piccolo would fight Dr. Gero on his own. Dr. Gero was able to escape in time and go resurrect the androids. Now the main difference here is Goku was carried back to Master Roshi's home, and they would instantly give him the medicine, but the medicine wouldn't actually help at all because Goku was already healing up from the heart virus already. Because of his limitless power and his limitless potential, the heart virus was actually not really affecting him. But Goku was still bedridden for a little bit, as it would at least take a day for it to actually fully go over. Now we're going to cut forward to when the androids would attack Vegeta and give him the same treatment, breaking his arm, even also beating up Trunks, but they would spare Krillin, as Krillin needs his wife. Androids would then leave, as it was 17, 18, and Android 16. Androids would leave and then go on their spree, messing around, doing whatever they wanted to do. Now, this is when Piccolo would then leave and go towards Kami's lookout. This is when Piccolo would then agree with Kami to then fuse into one being, becoming whole again. Now, as Piccolo would then go do his magic, go fight the androids, Vegeta and Trunks also did their training as well in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber first, which is when Vegeta would then unlock his Ascended Super Saiyan, and Trunks would have his Ultra Super Saiyan, but he keeps it hidden as he doesn't want to hurt his father's pride. Now, with Piccolo battling Android 17, here's the difference. Android 17 and Android 18 are a little bit stronger, but since Piccolo is stronger in general as well, it does even out. Piccolo, in my opinion, would even have the edge, as since he had a much more powerful opponent to train with for 3 years, especially with Goku, he has a much higher potential than last time. But either way, his stamina will start to wear off, as remember the androids have infinite ki and stamina, they can fight all day long, but Piccolo cannot. But they seem to have a found respect for each other, battling each other equally, until Cell would appear. Now this version of Cell is the exact same as his original self, as he was from the future timeline, so this version of Cell is the same strength as he was in the original Dragon Ball. Just to clarify for everybody to know, he's not special, he doesn't have the limitless potential that Goku has, he doesn't have anything like that. This is the Cell from the future timeline. With Cell from the future timeline, Cell would then see his goal. The two androids were right there in front of him. If he can become perfect, nothing can stop him. As he would still give Piccolo the same treatment as last time, with Piccolo being exhausted. Now, Android 17 would actually be able to battle Cell a lot better than he did before, as Android 17 is a lot more powerful than he was originally. Now, Android 16 is actually a little more stronger as well, so Cell would be in some deep trouble. Now, with both of the androids attacking Cell, this is when Cell would then use the solar flare, just like before, blinding them, as he would still be able to absorb Android 17, and he would start to overpower Android 16. With Android 16 wounded, him and Android 18 would be able to escape because of Vegeta would then arrive. And we also know it's because of Tien sacrificing himself almost. But either way, Vegeta would then arrive and his legendary battle with Cell would then commence. The battle with Cell would be crazy. As remember, Cell here, would he actually be a little bit stronger? Well, I think yes, because remember, he's absorbing a stronger version of Android 17. Now remember, Android 17 was only a little bit stronger, so it wouldn't really change Cell's power too much, so it wouldn't necessarily be a big difference. Cell's, you can just say he's roughly the same, maybe a little bit stronger, but not by much. Once when Vegeta arrives, he would then explain to Cell that does he know what fear is, as then Vegeta would then showcase that he is now the ultimate being. He would then transform into a Super Saiyan, which doesn't surprise Cell, as he seems kind of boring. This is when Vegeta would then cut forward, and he would then go into his ascended Super Saiyan form, or Super Vegeta. His battle with Cell would be intense. Both of them are trading blows back and forth, but Cell can tell that Vegeta was smirking. He wasn't even trying. No matter what Cell was doing, it wasn't even affecting him. With Cell on the losing end, getting desperate. Cell would think, wait, he can mess with his pride. He would then finally see that there's Android 18 and 16 down there, as he would then tell Vegeta, wait, if only I was able to absorb Android 18, I'd be able to become perfect and absolutely destroy you. You would have no chance of defeating me when I'm perfect, as I'll be too strong for you. Vegeta's pride and his Saiyan blood would then get in the way, as he was so confident that he would then tell Cell to go right on ahead, go absorb her, I won't stop you. It won't be able to defeat me. Trunks would then try to stop Vegeta, but Vegeta would then hit him away, telling him that you have no say in this, which was one of the dumbest mistakes in Dragon Ball, as Cell was able to absorb Android 18, knocking away Android 16, and become perfect. This version of Perfect Cell is a little bit stronger than his original self, but it's not by a massive margin again. Cell would still give Vegeta the same treatment. Now Vegeta would start it off by firing some ki blasts, hitting Cell, but Cell would just stand there smirking, as he was clenching his fists and checking out his new body as he was kind of getting used to it. This is when Cell would then showcase his abnormal speed, appearing right behind Vegeta before he could even notice it. Vegeta would then turn around and fly him with an axe kick, but it wouldn't even do anything to Cell, as he would easily block it. Now with Vegeta punching Cell, he couldn't even hit him. Cell would even allow Vegeta to hit him, and wouldn't even do anything to him. Cell would then slap Vegeta away, as Cell would then kind of talk smack to him, stating that this is all you have, Vegeta? I thought you said you were going to absolutely destroy me in my fight. This is when Vegeta's anger would then boil to a new level. Vegeta would then charge up the final flash, showing it off for the first time. This is when Vegeta would then scream, charging up all of his energy within this one blast. He would then scream final flash, firing it right at Cell. It would then hit Cell full force, as it would actually blast half his arm off. Cell would then be shocked, explaining, what have you done to me? But it was all a play. Vegeta would laugh, as he was panting now, using a lot of energy, then state that, yeah, how strong are you now? Cell would then smirk, as he states, I'm just messing with you. This has actually felt like nothing. Cell would then regenerate instantly, which would shock Vegeta, as Cell would then appear and gut punch Vegeta so hard that it would actually knock him out cold. Now while Krillin was with Trunks, he would tell Trunks, why aren't you jumping in? You said you had a power. But Trunks says, I need to wait until my father is knocked out so I can use it, as I don't want to hurt his pride. It means everything to him. Once when Vegeta was knocked down, he would then tell Krillin to take Vegeta away, as Trunks would then power up to his Ultra Super Saiyan form and battle Cell. Now with their strength being nearly equal, Cell would then explain that true, you have strength, but your speed and reflexes are horrific. Thus, Trunks would have been defeated the same as before. But with Cell, he's now interested. He now wants to see how strong they can get within a 10 to 12 day period. So, he would then go to the news station, arriving on TV. And he would then explain that he would host the Cell Games. The strongest warriors on the planet will come to face him. In return, if they win, well, that's not going to happen with Cell. But if they lose, then he will destroy the entire planet. And they have 10 to 12 days to get prepared. Now the Z Fighters saw this on the screen. Now Goku was already healed by this point, but he was still a bit wonky as his ki was kind of messed up because of the heart virus, but he was back to full health, as he was able to recover a little bit quicker than before. Now they have no time to waste, but Goku thinks that he's going to go fight Cell by himself, which would, hold on, everyone would then halt. You want to go fight Cell by yourself? You won't be able to win. But then Goku would then clench his fist and says, no, I know I can win. I can't lose. I'm going to go fight Cell on my own. Goku would then fly off on his own to go fight Cell. Quickly though, the Z Fighters would follow, as even his son Gohan, Piccolo, Tien, Yamcha, Krillin would even follow as well. And even Trunks would quickly follow suit. Vegeta, not really wanting to show up, but he would follow reluctantly. Once when Goku would then arrive, Cell had just made his new arena, as he took it from the rocks and the other beings around, as he just took care of the military as well. Cell was excited to see Goku. He was surprised he was here so early. They have 12 days to prepare. But Goku would then state that I don't need 12 days to defeat you. I want to fight you right now, right here, just you and me. Cell would then explain that I guess the Cell Games will start early. But I feel like Goku states, I don't care about the Cell Games, I just want to fight you full force. That's what you want, isn't it? Cell would then smirk and state, well, if that's what you really want, I can't stop you from fighting me. But just know that the Cell Games might still happen after I defeat you. And if you're the strongest asset here and you lose and I kill you, then, well, the entire planet will be destroyed. Goku would then smirk and say, come try it. As now, this is when Cell and Goku began their battle. As Goku was shocked to see how powerful Cell was. Cell was actually overpowering Goku, but he wasn't doing actual damage to him. As he was smacking Goku around the arena, slamming him around, Goku would then get up, kind of blank, as he was then had a smile. He was impressed. Cell was so powerful, and he wasn't even trying yet. But Goku's potential and his power was quickly rising. Goku's never faced an opponent as powerful as Cell before. The closest being was Frieza, but Cell would easily defeat Frieza within a single blow. Even the androids would. Cell is a completely different monster, and it only excites Goku to no end. Goku not even need to use Super Saiyan, but you know how he likes showing off. Goku would then power up to Super Saiyan, and he would quickly show Cell that the power levels is starting to quickly close in. Cell was perplexed. How was Son Goku able to get so strong? Was he concealing his power the whole time? If that was the case, why didn't he just beat the androids to begin with? But then Cell realizes the heart virus. Yeah, that must be it. But still, how? Goku would then transform back into base form and state that I want to fight you, even at my weakest. They would then continue fighting back and forth, with Cell quickly going on the losing end, as now Goku's potential and his power level is rising without a limit. Goku's power level is a lot like Broly, for example. It continues to rise and rise and rise without stopping. It's a mix of Broly and Saitama, which goes to show how powerful this version of Goku really is. But Goku's never met a being as powerful as Cell before, but he's very quickly rising past Cell's power. The point to where Cell's attacks are not even hurting Goku at all. He's not even phasing Goku. Cell would then scream and launch a full power punch at Goku's face. It would hit him and it wouldn't even do anything. Wouldn't even make Goku flinch. Goku would then smile and state, is that all you got, Cell? And Cell was completely and utterly terrified and shocked. The other Z Fighters were shocked as well, but Gohan and Piccolo weren't, as they explained that my father, for some reason, he just has limitless potential. No matter what he does, it just continues to rise without a limit. And Vegeta's pride was already shot as is, but I feel like he would accept it, as, kind of like the Buu saga, he would explain that he's never understood why, what he fought for, or how no matter what he tried, he always surpassed him. As he would then understand that you're better than me, Kakarot, you are number one, you're the best. And he would explain that it's because you fight for your friends, or no, you fight to fight beings that can push you to new limits, become as strong as you can possibly be. Goku would then trade bullets back and forth with Cell, but Goku was actually getting bored. Cell had nothing else to show him. Cell would then try all the tricks that he has, Special Beam Cannon, the Destructo Disc, which Goku would then catch with 2 fingers and shatter, which would shock Cell. Cell would even try the Death Beam, wouldn't even do anything to Goku. The Kamehameha, Cell would then fly up into the air, charging a full power solar Kamehameha wave, as Goku would then grab the attack with a finger and flick it away. Cell was shocked. Goku would then state that he's going to end this, as he would then fly forward and deliver an extremely powerful punch to Cell that would actually make Cell spit out Android 18 and Android 17. It was that powerful. Now, I know that Android 17 was absorbed earlier, so he would be completely absorbed. But for plot purposes, Android 17 was not. Since remember, Goku was also able to fight Cell a few days earlier. So, that's the reason why. Android 17 and 18 on the ground, Krillin would then get them away, as Cell was back in his imperfect form. Cell, out of desperation, was going to blow himself up, but Goku was not wasting any time. Goku would then put his hands together and charge up a Kamehameha, as he would then scream it out, and then he would fly forward and appear right in front of Cell and hit Cell full force with the Kamehameha wave, completely incinerating the bio-android. Cell was completely disintegrated. He was gone. With this being said, this completely changes the Cell saga, as Gohan and them never went in the hyperbolic time chamber. Super Saiyan 2 is not known about. Gohan was not able to unlock it. And on top of this, Android 17 is alive, and Goku never died and went to the other world. So, peace would be restored on Earth for over 7 years. Now, during these 7 years, since Goku is around, Goten would still be born, and he would have the same potential and power as he originally did, to keep the continuity going. Now, as for Vegeta, he didn't even know that there was a level past Super Saiyan 2, but Goku already knew that there was, as he can just feel it. Remember, since Goku has such limitless potential and power, he can feel forms way higher than he ever thought. Now, during these 7 years, Goku has gotten much stronger, as remember too, even some training is kind of not really working for him anymore, as he needs something new. He needs to go battle people really strong. As he kind of ponders and thinks, wait a minute, why doesn't he just use the Dragon Balls? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe the Dragon Balls can take him somewhere where he can fight a lot of strong guys. Now, he would then ask Shenron, saying, hey, do you know a place where the strongest beings are, where I can go train and get super strong? Shenron actually has a few places. He says, well, there's the other world you can go to. Maybe you can go there. And there's a planet, but I'm not allowed to take you there, unfortunately, as he's sleeping and can't offer it. Goku would then explain, oh, well, that's a shame. Okay, well, then I'll definitely take the other world then. As Shenron was also going to state the Galactic Patrol, but Goku didn't ask for it. So, he would then take Goku to the other world. Now, this is when King Yemma would be perplexed as to why a living being is here and how. Goku would then explain that he used the Dragon Balls, and he just wants to fight really strong people. That's all he wants to do, just for a little while. He promises he'll behave, cause any problems. King Yemma would then kind of check his resume, and he would say, oh, well, okay, I understand. With Goku in the other world battling other beings as well, he would then meet someone called Piccolo. Now, meeting with Piccolo, after a few years, Goku would be granted access, as King Yemma would then explain that, well, there's a being named King Kai you can go see. Goku meet King Kai, meet him, learn from him, and just like before, that would be all the same anyway. No. Now, with knowing about King Yemma, then Goku knows that he can transport there back and forth, as King Yemma does offer Goku a present, as he gave Goku the power to show up to the other world if they ever need help. Now, a few years later, this is right before the Buu arc, Goku was training alongside with Gohan and Goten, as Gohan here is not actually rusty. He's training with his father a lot more, as per Chi-Chi's complaints, Chi can't stop Goku. Goku knows to keep Gohan strong in case he's not around or if there's any bad guys that might want to hurt him. Goku was then actually called to the other world by King Yemma, asking them for help. They would then see that they were all trapped, as hell was not right. It was weird. It was like giant jelly beans were around in the air. King Yemma would then explain that something happened. One of our workers messed up a machine, and he got covered in all the evil that was around. And now hell and heaven is completely distorted. There's a being down there that has trapped us down here. Goku and Piccolo were there together, as Goku would then land and see this strange large being. Then be confused at what it is and would then scream out, Janemba, Janemba, Janemba. Goku would then think he's actually kind of cute. He's not really that threatening. Until Janemba would then smack around Piccolo a little bit, Goku would then get serious. As base Goku would then fly in attacking Janemba, he would be shocked at the being's strength. Both of them attacking back and forth, Goku would then power up to a Super Saiyan just for flashy show, and he would even showcase Super Saiyan 2, and he would showcase Super Saiyan 3. This version of Goku unlocked it. Remember, he has limitless power. He can do anything he wants. Goku even has something else, but he'll save that one for later. This is when Goku, even a Super Saiyan 3 is overkill, but Janemba has much more of a higher power level. This is when Goku would easily overpower Janemba, even in Super Saiyan or even in base form, quickly, as his potential quickly rises. Janemba would then mold and shrink. As he was then turning red, he was shaping into something. And then, Janemba was born. As he would then glare at Goku, Goku would then stare at him, stating, "I don't like the feel of this." Janemba would then launch forward, and it was the same transactional fight that they had originally against Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Janemba. Janemba would deliver a kick, as Goku would be able to block it, delivering a kick of himself, which Janemba would be able to block as well. He would then try using his tail, as Goku would dodge, spinning and kicking Janemba away. Janemba would then jump back, as Goku would then fire a ki blast, as Janemba would then open up a dimensional portal, which would then be right next to Goku and blow him up, launching him backwards. Goku would then slide and fly forward, hitting Janemba with a knee, and then hitting him from behind, hitting him in the back of the head. Janemba was stunned, as Goku would then fly forward, delivering a ki blast, which Janemba would then disappear. He would almost like distort into different particles, as then Janemba would then appear, firing a ki blast in Goku's face, launching him backwards. Janemba would then fire a massive mouth beam, which Goku would be able to block, as then Goku was actually excited. Janemba was freakishly strong, but Goku's power level was quickly rising again to match Janemba. Goku would then fly forward One Punch Man style and deliver a powerful punch to Janemba, which would actually dent in his chest. As Goku would then deliver a few more, this is when Piccolo would then jump in, as Janemba was quickly powering up to his full strength. Now, also Vegeta's not here, so to cut that in. Now this is when Goku would then know that he wants to actually show what he can actually do. This is when Goku would then showcase something that I don't think you guys are expecting. Goku still has his tail after all these years, and for 7 years Goku has unlocked these forms very easily. Super Saiyan was nothing. Super Saiyan 2 was actually nothing. Super Saiyan 3, although a little bit more difficult, but very quickly he was able to learn and master this form very quickly. What about something else? With the help of other people, especially Vegeta and other people, Goku asked how to learn how to control the Grid Ape state. He wanted to know how to learn how to control it on his own. As Goku's a genius, he explores every opportunity to grow stronger. He feels too strong. Goku would then showcase his tail to Janemba, and he would then transform. His top G would be ripped off because he would bulk up, as Goku would have transformed into a Super Saiyan 4. Goku would then give Janemba the Gogeta treatment, moving forward, almost sliding towards him, delivering powerful punches to him, and then he would deliver 2 powerful kicks, as Goku would then charge up a Dragon Fist in his own hand, and fly forward, punching through Janemba, which would make him completely disintegrate, thus killing him, and all of hell and heaven and all the dead people that have risen from the dead would all return back to normal, as then peace was finally restored. Now, who was the main being who also saw this happen was the Supreme Kai. Now, once when Goku returned back home, Goku was actually in Super Saiyan 4, which would actually shock everybody, and Vegeta wants to know how he unlocked this, and why didn't he sense it before? But Goku explains that he went in the hyperbolic time chamber by himself for a little while to just try and figure out how to use it. And Vegeta would explain, that's why you asked how to turn into a great ape originally, didn't you? Goku would then in turn start laughing. But then, they know that within a few weeks' time, the World Martial Arts Tournament is going to happen, and Vegeta is definitely going to prepare for this one. As he asks Bulma for some help, Vegeta's gonna do something. After Goku has just defeated Janemba, he would finally go back home and spend time with Chi-Chi and his friends. A little bit of time would then pass, as they would then all show up for the World Martial Arts Tournament just like before. Now the difference here is that there's no hatred for Goku, let alone does Goku need to come back, as remember, he never died officially. So, Goku was not dead for 7 years, so he has full time on Earth. That means that you've never seen Baba or anything like that. The Supreme Kai would actually personally pull Goku aside and ask him some questions, as the Supreme Kai heard and saw what happened. With Goku defeating Janemba. Now, the Supreme Kai would ask Goku for help, as there is an evil wizard named Babidi on planet Earth. He then explained that Babidi is actually the son of Bibidi, who this Bibidi creature created Majin Buu. But we know that Majin Buu was actually born with the universe. Bibidi found him and was somehow able to mildly control this Majin creature. He then used this creature to then travel all across the universe, wiping out everything in his path. This is the same being that also just killed his brothers and sisters, as the Supreme Kai is actually the North Supreme Kai. There's the North, East, South, and West. He killed all his other brothers and sisters, and he actually absorbed the Grand Supreme Kai. But his peaceful and happy nature was able to kind of calm Buu down a little bit, and they were able to seal him away. But Babidi now has his egg. Now he needs to gather up energy, and with this said energy, he can then use it to revive Majin Buu. They need to find it before Buu is born. This would actually get Goku a little bit excited, because this Majin Buu guy seems really strong to be able to be all these Kais and be that ancient. This kind of gets him a little bit excited, but the Supreme Kai would then reassure him that, trust me, the last thing we want to do is let him out. After this is said, Goku would then explain to his friends that he needs to go with the Supreme Kai guy, figure out what's going on. Now, by the way, during this time, Gohan did befriend Videl, and everything would go similar between the two. Videl would actually still fight Yamu and Spopovich. Now, remember, Supreme Kai does not know where Babidi's ship is, so he would still allow Gohan to have his energy taken so they can follow it and find out where it is. Once when they would arrive at Babidi's ship, it would be Goku, Gohan, and the others. They would then arrive. Now, this is where some changes are definitely going to occur. Now, from what we do know about Vegeta and the others, this is where I believe that Vegeta would get a major difference. If he did try to get taken over by Babidi, he would not allow it. As even though Babidi, or you can even say Piccolo, or anyone that would show up there, they would have no grudge against Goku since they can't beat him on their own, and they know that. And Vegeta has accepted the fact that Goku is number one. As Vegeta now has his own path, he's going to better himself, not to try and surpass Kakarot. He's going to become as strong as he can possibly be. Not have to worry about the pride of others, as this is a big different change in Vegeta. Now, Vegeta would actually reject the Majin control, as while true, he's not going to let anyone control him or tell him what to do. So, with Pui Pui and Yatkan being defeated, similar to before, this is when Dabura would then step out, and this is when I believe that instead of this time around, Dabura would actually battle the likes of Gohan or Vegeta. Sadly, Vegeta here is actually stronger than he is originally. Why? Because number one, he can spar with Goku whenever he wants. Goku's not been dead. And since Goku is so much stronger, Vegeta also has higher goals as well, though he's pushing himself even more. Now, Vegeta already has Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2. Gohan is actually in the same boat, as Gohan is not a slack off either. But since Gohan was so strong, remember, he's been training for 7 years alongside with Goku, Gohan has a lot more energy. This was plenty of energy to actually revive Majin Buu. Dabura was just distracting them. Now with Dabura badly beaten and wounded, this is when Majin Buu was born. Now Majin Buu would then happily skip around and see what's going on. His fight with Gohan I think would be different, as Gohan here is still insanely strong, especially even in Super Saiyan 1 or 2. Majin Buu has actually no chance against this version of Gohan. Even Vegeta could have defeated him by himself. Goku just watches proudly, as he wants Gohan to start taking care of himself, and even Goten was there. This is when I believe that Dabura would still be killed by Buu in crazy fashion, or would he? This is when I believe that Buu would then actually absorb Dabura, and people would be shocked to see it, but it's not just Dabura that got absorbed. While Gohan was fighting Majin Buu, remember, Majin Buu here is snapping. Why? Because he's so angry and upset that he cannot defeat this version of Gohan. He was so angry that the evil would still connect with the good. And this is when Evil Buu would then come out. Gohan would actually stop fighting, as Evil Buu and Majin Buu or Fat Buu would begin fighting each other, as they don't know what to do but just to watch what happens. Majin Buu would still be turned into candy, and this is when Super Buu was still born. Now this all happened during the fight with Gohan, as Gohan stopped watching what was going on. Now that Super Buu was fully there, also on top of this, he also absorbed Deborah as well. This is where a big change is going to occur. Gohan doesn't know what he did, but the Supreme Kai knows exactly what it is. That's his absorption ability, and you need to be very careful. Now Gohan will continue his fight with the Budora, or Dabu. Let me know down below what a fusion between Majin Buu and Deborah would be. Deboru, Maju. Let me know down below. But now, Gohan is now starting to get a little bit of a problem because Super Buu is a lot more powerful, but Gohan and Super Saiyan 2 will still manage. But Buu is stating that he's missing the point. As remember, this is when Buu would then do a massive explosion, which would basically blind everybody and get them out of the way. Buu would then absorb Vegeta and Gohan as they both had their guards dropped. Goku was able to actually dodge this just in time. Even the Supreme Kai was absorbed. As now having 3 more beings, he becomes the ultimate Majin, as he was screaming in power. Remember, this version of Gohan and Vegeta is many hundreds of times stronger than their original selves. Majin Buu, or you can call it Super Buu, is much stronger, as he would still have the similar version of Buhan's look. Maybe you could say a bit more intimidating looking because he has Vegeta absorbed as well. This being is very dangerous because he now has the Supreme Kai abilities. Now Goku knows that he can't just kill him because then all the other beings will die in there as well. So Goku would have to make him get crazy enough to absorb him, just like how Vegeta did. Goku would then transform into a Super Saiyan 4 to kind of give the theatrics, and he easily overpowers Super Buu. Even though you could say Buhan has no chance against this version of Goku. Everything that he tries is not working at all. This is when he would start to snap, and he would basically try to absorb Goku, which Goku would allow using a Ki shield. After Buu thinks that he won, Goku would then travel through his body just like before and find the eggs, or the chambers that they were locked in. He would then instantly start ripping all of them out. The last one was Majin Buu. Now this is when Super Buu would then try fighting him, but Goku was far too strong. He would actually try to remove Fat Buu, since his reasoning is because Fat Buu was actually pure-hearted, as he saw, and Buu would beg him not to because then he won't be him anymore. This is when Goku, I think, would not hesitate, as Super Saiyan 4 also increases your kind of feralness, as he's a bit more serious and kind of loses his mind. He's a bit more like Vegeta, as he would then rip it off the same way, and this is when Buu would then collapse. As then Goku would be able to escape, somehow holding all of them with his hands and his feet. He would then be able to escape out of Buu's body just in time, as Majin Buu would begin bulking up. Goku would be surprised to see why is his power level rising, but then it shrinks, as then it was more condensed. As then, Kid Buu formed, the original Buu. As all of them was unconscious, Kid Buu would then scream, beating his chest, as he would then aim up a massive Ki ball to destroy planet Earth. Goku was much too fast. Once when Kid Buu would actually throw the attack, Goku would be able to grab it and actually disperse it off into outer space, which would then dissipate, not destroying planet Earth like the original. Now this is when Goku would then challenge Kid Buu to an all-out fight. This is when blows would be traded back and forth. But remember, this version of Kid Buu is much weaker than Buhan was. As so, Goku was having no problem handling Buu, especially in Super Saiyan 4. Kid Buu was not even a challenge to this version of Goku at all. He comments how he was maybe a little bit strong before, but now he's super weak. Goku would then know that he cannot waste time battling this version of Buu, as he's too dangerous and he's too feral and wild. Goku would then charge up a ×10 Kamehameha, as Kid Buu felt fear for the first time. He would then fly in and hit Buu full force, and Kid Buu would be completely obliterated. Once when Kid Buu was finally defeated, there was finally peace, as once when all of them were able to wake back up, Supreme Kai would then thank Goku truly for saving all of them, as he would then take his leave. Now this means that Gohan would never have actually gotten his mystic training, as they only did it because Gohan was taken by the Supreme Kai. So this would change a few things, but Gohan was already stronger than he was already in Mystic, as Gohan's potential is already insanely high to begin with. This is when 3 to 4 years would then pass. Now, of course, with a little bit of peace going on, Goku would still continue training, doing his own thing. Now, this is when Goku, I believe, would be on King Kai's planet. This is when Lord Beerus would then awaken and have the premonition of a Super Saiyan God, or a rival that can give him a true challenge. Now, this is when Lord Beerus would then take his leave after learning about Goku arriving on King Kai's planet. Now, this is a massive difference, as Goku would be interested to fight Beerus. He can sense so much power from him. Remember, Goku can't sense ki, but he can feel it. He can feel the pressure. Now, Beerus would then comment on the Saiyan has limitless potential. He can just sense the ki leaking from him like crazy. Whis would be the main one to notice this, but he keeps it to himself. As Goku would then showcase Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and then Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 4 piques Beerus' interest, but it's not a god, as he has mortal ki. Goku would then fight in base form first, trading blows with Beerus back and forth, but Beerus was actually able to block them without much of a problem. Now, this would surprise Goku. He's never met someone who was able to block his attacks that easily. As then Goku would then waste no time going into Super Saiyan 4, him and Beerus would begin trading blows back and forth, as Beerus would smirk. The Saiyan's power is consistently rising without a limit. It's making him excited. But Beerus knows that he has to end it quickly. Now, by this point in terms of power scaling, Goku in Super Saiyan 4 is already nearing the levels of late tournament of power. That goes to show you how strong Goku actually is, especially since he's fighting somebody like Beerus. His power level is skyrocketing without stopping. But Beerus is still far above that. As we see in the manga, Beerus was still regarded as the most powerful character, though he could be thousands to millions of times stronger than Goku is currently, even in Mastered Ultra Instinct. So Beerus knows that he needs to end the fight now. It was a lot of fun. He would then hit Goku over the neck and actually render him unconscious. This was the first time that Goku lost. Because Beerus was so powerful, he used more of his full strength and was able to defeat him before Goku could adapt and quickly surpass him. Beerus even told Whis while they were heading to planet Earth that if he did not stop that Saiyan, he would have soon surpassed him. And Whis was interested that a Saiyan was that powerful. He would be a perfect destroyer. Now, this is when arriving on planet Earth. Why doesn't Beerus be satisfied? I think that he for sure is. Goku, by this point in Super Saiyan 4, is already stronger than Super Saiyan God, especially since he was powering up as he was fighting Beerus. Beerus just wants to go to Earth to see Vegeta and see what's going on. Maybe there is no Saiyan God, so he can get 2 treats in one day. Now, he would still eat the Earth food, having a great time, dancing a little bit, as Vegeta was terrified. Now, this is when Beerus, I believe by this point in time, would want to fight a Super Saiyan God. While true, he fought a much stronger version of Goku, and he was very satisfied. He wants to fight a god. This is when, after not hearing it, he would get angry as Majin Buu is still alive. Remember, Goku saved his life. So him and Beerus would begin fighting over the pudding and everything else, just like before. Beerus would then get really upset. And this is when, I feel like around this time, Gohan would actually be able to hold his own a bit better against Beerus, even Vegeta especially. But it wouldn't matter anyway. It would still be defeated just as bad. This is when Goku would already have been awakened by this point and would have arrived back on Earth, and he would then ask Beerus, why don't I become a Super Saiyan God? While Goku knows that he could battle Beerus, now we all know that in reality, if Goku just kept fighting Beerus as a Super Saiyan 4, he would have soon been able to surpass him. But this was the first time that Goku actually lost a fight. Goku was mixed with emotions, but his main emotion was happiness. For the first time, he was actually going all out, attacking Beerus with everything that he had, but Beerus was just another level. And he believes that this is a goal that he will now surpass. So Goku knows, and also on top of this too, it was harder for him because he can't sense Beerus. He has to just rely on seeing him, which is even more difficult. On top of the fact that Beerus is much faster and stronger than him currently, that's why Goku lost. Beerus spiked his power level millions of times higher, and he just got a very, very, very lucky neck shot on Goku. Or Goku could adapt too much and catch up to him. That is how Goku lost. Some people that might be angry. But if Beerus didn't do that, and if he was foolish and kept on pushing Goku, Goku would have pulled a Broly, and Beerus would have soon not been able to even touch him. Now, cutting forward, they would still make the wish with the Super Saiyan God, figuring it out. Videl would still take that she's pregnant, with Pan, all that would happen the exact same. Now, who would actually be next in line to get the Saiyan God powers? Well, the obvious choice would be Goku, right? Incorrect. While it is true, Goku would be a perfect choice, Beerus actually doesn't want him to get God Ki. Wait a minute, what do you mean? Well, because he's actually a bit nervous about Goku. Why is this? It's because Goku, in a non-God form, was able to nearly match him in power, and he doesn't want to be overthrown, as that's a bit dangerous. So, he would actually tell Goku that he'll fight him again another time, and Goku being lighthearted, he would then agree. Now, he never said when, by the way. This is when Vegeta would then step up and get the limelight that he deserves. As Vegeta states that Kakarot does owe him, he's always taken the limelight. And Vegeta's actually smirks and state, or are you afraid that I might actually surpass you? This is when Goku would actually allow it, because if Vegeta powers up, who knows how strong he'll be. But Goku wants this power of his own too. This is when Vegeta would then be given all the energy. And this is when Vegeta would then become a Super Saiyan God. This is when Vegeta will be the first Saiyan God, as now he finally has the limelight. Vegeta would then challenge Beerus to a fight. This version of Vegeta, being hundreds and many a time stronger than the other original version of Goku was, would actually give Beerus a pretty decent battle. Beerus would then note on how true. Vegeta is actually a little bit weaker than Goku was, but he had God Ki, and he had a lot of potential within him. He would make a perfect God of Destruction too. Goku would actually be excited seeing how strong Vegeta got, as Goku can actually be able to fight Vegeta one day. That would be awesome. Now, with Vegeta fighting Beerus, he would then soon lose the God power, trying to go Super Saiyan to continue fighting Beerus, but he would then lose, just like before. Now, Beerus was very satisfied, as he had an incredible fight with Goku in King Kai's world, and he had a great fight against Vegeta. He was way more than satisfied. So, he would never make that threat to destroy planet Earth like before, as Beerus only stated that to try and scare Goku and to motivate him to try and defeat him. Beerus is not going to destroy a planet that has the most delicious, juicy, succulent food that he's ever had in his entire life of being millions of years old. There is zero chance that he's going to allow that to happen. He's keeping Earth, and he's going to make sure that Earth is safe for sure. This is when he would then take his leave just like before. Now, when he would leave, he would then tell Whis that he needs to continue training, as he's gotten lazy, napping, and he only does workouts to keep himself in shape, but he needs to keep himself ahead of that Saiyan. Whis would then comment on how powerful that Saiyan can become, as his strengths and potential seems limitless. This is when, a little bit of time would then pass, Goku would actually wonder what's really going on, as he would finally see Whis, as he wants to go learn under Whis and see what's going on, since apparently he learned that Vegeta was actually able to get Whis to train him by, of course, offering food. This is when Vegeta already was training for a few months under Whis solely, and once when Goku would then meet up, this is when he would actually start his training with Whis. Now, Whis would then comment on how Goku does have very different potential than Vegeta, but that'll hopefully push Vegeta even further. This is when Goku would then start to learn about God Ki. He would then start to learn to control and use his senses. Whis would then notice that he is extremely proficient, and he actually shows early qualities of Ultra Instinct. But he keeps it to himself, as there's no way a mortal can have it, but Whis can see that Goku does have the potential for it, as Whis would actually switch Goku's training, as Whis can see that if he trains him in the ways of Ultra Instinct, he can become something incredible. It would be his greatest achievement. Whis would then tell Vegeta and Goku that he's going to change their training completely, as Vegeta seems more or less a bit more destructive, a bit more dangerous of a character. Goku's a bit more free-carrying and free and loose and relaxing. They are very two different beings, and together they can become formidable, but they need to get stronger on their own. Now, this is when I believe that Beerus would then step out of a special chamber, aka Whis' staff, just like before, as he was training in there for a long time. Now, if the staff is anything just like the hyperbolic time chamber, you could say that he was training in there for years and years and years, just to make sure that he's in good shape. Now, Beerus would look no different. He would then go take his normal little naps. Now, what about the resurrection of F Saga or Golden Frieza arc? I feel like this would happen the same. Now, remember, Gohan here, after seeing how strong Beerus was, remember, Pan was still there. So this is still Gohan without his father around, so Gohan would kind of slack off a little bit more, but he only has to do light training to keep himself in shape. Now, once when Frieza does show up, Gohan would actually be able to fight First Form Frieza and not nearly die going into Super Saiyan or anything like that before. Now, this is once when Vegeta and Goku arrive, Vegeta does have Super Saiyan Blue, Goku actually has something else. While it is true, Goku can access Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God, he doesn't like Super Saiyan Blue, as he feels that the form just feels a little, I don't know, just stamina is too draining, it's just not complete. He doesn't really like it personally. He likes the Super Saiyan 4 form, but that's for later on, and with his new training, he won't really need to worry about it. This is when Frieza again was still trained for a few months just like before. Now, after knowing how strong Goku is, you could maybe say that Frieza trains for a bit longer, but it's up for conception, as you could say that Frieza didn't really know how strong he got. So, Frieza was still trained for about 4 months, become strong enough to be able to go fight Vegeta. Now, Frieza would actually overpower Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta in their little excursion. Now, why is this? Is because at first, Frieza was still stronger than Blue Goku, but very quickly, much faster than before, Vegeta would then showcase his full power in Blue and overpower Gold Frieza. But this is when I believe that Vegeta would still drop his guard, as both of them still drop their guard the same way, just a bit different. Vegeta would either be shot with the Death Ray, just like when Frieza's men, or Frieza would actually be able to use an attack to get Vegeta with it and defeat him. But with Vegeta getting the Goku through the chest treatment, and he was out for the count, this is when Frieza would then laugh, as he thinks that he's won until he sees Goku. This is when Goku would then battle Frieza and easily outmaneuver Frieza with zero effort. Goku was so much stronger here, it's not even a joke. Frieza is a joke too. Goku, with a full power Kamehameha, would have actually killed Frieza, and Vegeta was healed. He was a bit mad that he dropped his guard, but it was a good lesson. And now he knows that that cannot happen anymore. His stubbornness, his pride got in the way, and that could have costed him Bulma and the others, and he won't let that happen again. So cutting forward into the Universe 6 arc, a lot of the things would go the exact same. Now this is when definitely Champa and Beerus would still fight each other and challenge each other. Goku and the others would still go fight. It would basically go the exact same. The only difference here is that Vegeta would have a bit more of a less hard time fighting Hit for the first time, but we know that turning in and out of Blue drops your power by 1/3, so either way, he would have still lost to Hit. Maybe a few more hits by Hit, of course, but that wouldn't have really changed anything. Once when Goku steps up, even in base form, Goku was actually able to do good damage to Hit as he figured out his time skip ability. And Hit has never seen somebody with potential like that before, to where Goku was easily able to outclass Hit's time skip ability with just his speed alone. Now Goku, I feel, would then turn Super Saiyan just for reassurance, and so Hit, no matter what, he can't catch up to him. This is when Goku would actually be able to defeat Hit this time around, and true, would he know about Blue Kaioken? Yes, but he never really trained for it, so he wouldn't necessarily know how to use it. But he does know that he could try one day, but that's not his main thing. He's practicing on something else. And he just wants to show Hit as a point. Now, once when Hit was actually nearly defeated, Goku just wants to prove a point to Hit that sadly Hit had no chance. Goku would begin powering up, he would then go into Super Saiyan 4, and then infuse it with his God energy. Goku would then turn into Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4. Harnessing the godly ki with the primal state of a Super Saiyan 4, even Champa and Beerus would actually be surprised. Beerus not as much, as through Goku's training with Whis, Beerus could even sense it through Whis' staff, so he knew that Goku had something. Champa was completely aghast with how strong Goku was. Goku would then basically power down, and Hit would actually give up, and he would actually jump off the ring and state that while it is true, I could try to keep fighting, but I prove here that I have no chance of defeating you. This is when some changes are going to occur, as Beerus would still give Champa planet Earth for his own universe, just like before. Of course, Kaba still wants to see Vegeta again. That would happen the exact same. As now, we are going to cut in to the Goku Black arc. Now, this is where some things are going to change. While it is true, Goku Black did get a version of Goku, but it's not this version of Goku. So Goku Black and Zamasu would be the exact same from the original timeline that we know of, as since he got Goku from that timeline. This is a what-if timeline. So when Trunks actually goes back, he would accidentally go to the same what-if timeline and see Goku and Vegeta. Goku Black would follow Trunks and find him here. Now, Goku Black would actually get demolished by base form Goku, without even a shot in the first try. Once when they go to the future for the first time, that's all they need. As while it is true, Zamasu is immortal as we know, doesn't matter, as Goku would have easily overpowered Goku Black without any issue. What about Zamasu? He's still immortal. This is when we see Vegeta actually step in and battle immortal Zamasu. Vegeta was actually learning under Lord Beerus, as remember, Whis even stated this in the earlier part of the What If, that they need to switch up their training. Goku's training solely under Whis, after they already learned God Ki, to harness a power called Ultra Instinct, or the very early stages of it. Vegeta actually would be training with Beerus, learning Destroyer Energy. Vegeta would then power up a Hakai attack and actually completely erase Zamasu. So Zamasu, again, was weaker than Vegeta, would have been able to be completely erased. So Zeno would have never been called in the first place, which Goku would have still met him and became good friends with him. He would have never had to been called in the first place, and the universe would not be destroyed, so Trunks and Mai go to a copy universe. None of that would have happened. Now, we are now going to cut forward into the Tournament of Power. Now, with the Tournament of Power in place, Goku and the others are so much stronger, it's not even a competition. And the other gods, I feel, would definitely see that. Goku in base form, or you can say Super Saiyan, would easily be able to overpower Toppo with no issue. Gohan would be able to overpower the other beings as well. Goku would also be able to defeat Ramu as well. All that would happen the same. And Majin Buu would have still defeated the Red Fox as well. Now, cutting forward into the official Tournament of Power, this is where some changes are going to occur. They wouldn't even need Frieza. Why would they waste their time getting him? Goku's so strong that they can stop anybody in Beerus' mind. And Beerus would tell Goku that we have enough members. So of course we have the original members. Let's just throw it out here. Of course there's Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, Master Roshi, Tien, Krillin, Android 18, Android 17, and of course Majin Buu fell asleep from what we know. So we're going to say that Yamcha comes along. So the hero Yamcha, he's the most powerful being in the What If anyway, would actually come along. So they have plenty of people to go fight. So all this is going to go down the same. Now, these characters are actually much stronger. Other than, of course, Android 18 and 17, they get a plot boost in the first place. But the other Earthlings, Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta, they're all much stronger because of Goku being stronger, pushing them with their training. Goku's already strong as we know, so the Tournament of Power would actually go much quicker. With them stopping everybody in their path, the fused Namekians would have no chance against Gohan and Piccolo. They wouldn't need Frieza. Gohan would be able to actually fight Toppo on his own, until Toppo would then transform. Gohan would also be able to fight Dispo as well, and was able to defeat him. Android 17 would struggle against Toppo until Vegeta would then step in, and Vegeta would then showcase Ultra Ego and overpower Toppo's Destroyer Energy and defeat him. Now, once when Belmont first told Jiren to go attack Goku, Goku was amazed by how strong Jiren is. His power rivals that of Lord Beerus, but not as strong, as we know that Lord Beerus in the manga is still stronger than Jiren, as it was stated. But Goku was amazed still that one man had that much power. Goku fighting Jiren would then go very, very similar, just the roles were reversed. Especially if Goku was in a higher form like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 4, or even Limit Breaker, Jiren has no chance. Even when Jiren was pushed into a corner, he would then remember his past and turn into Limit Breaker Jiren. It would not matter. As Jiren has no chance against Goku, he would have been eliminated. Same with Kale and Caulifla, and they would then turn into Kefla. They would have still been defeated. Kaba would have been defeated. Aniraza would still be defeated. Everyone would be defeated way quicker. Having the definitive leader, since Gohan was still called the team leader, he would still make the wish, and his wish was to wish back all the other universes that were erased, which is what Zeno wanted to begin with. Thus, the Tournament of Power ended. Now we're going to cut forward into the Broly movie. Now, wait a minute. How are we going to do that? Well, since Frieza was not wished back, and he was also not brought under power, it's not there. But Chi-Lai and Lemo, they would actually still find Broly, and I feel like once taking him back to Planet Frieza 79, you could argue that, of course, with Frieza not being around, his army's in shambles still. But there's still his father who wants revenge. With his father wanting revenge, this is where some difference is going to occur. He would then ask about Vegeta and knows where they are or anything like that. They actually wouldn't know. But you could say that word of mouth is that there are a few Saiyans on planet Earth. But this is where a few weeks later on, not as quick, they would arrive on Earth still. This is when I believe that, of course, you would have Broly's father, Paragus. He would then find out that Vegeta's on this planet, and he would go tell Broly to attack him, just like before. But there's no Frieza to the Dragon Balls, as Paragus could still find out because of the name that the other Saiyans have, and that, oh, well, there's a Saiyan that defeated Frieza, and then he went back to a planet called Earth, apparently, from what we know. You could say that that happened as well, and that's how he found out. So, this is when Paragus would then tell Broly to attack Vegeta. Now, with Vegeta being much more stronger, on top of the fact he has Ultra Ego, Broly would be in some serious trouble. While they were fighting, Broly was in his Akari mode, Vegeta was in Ultra Ego, easily defeating Broly. One of Broly's massive attacks would accidentally hit Paragus, killing him. This would then make Broly snap and turn into the legendary Super Saiyan, and he would actually start to give Vegeta a bit of a hard time a little bit, but Vegeta was still able to hold his own, until this is when I believe that Broly's power level will continue to rise. Vegeta was still tanking damage, so he was rising in power. Goku would tell Vegeta to end it, or else you're going to destroy planet Earth. This is when Vegeta would then charge up a full power attack, and he would use all of his strength to be able to defeat Broly, barely winning the fight. So Broly was officially defeated. Done. They would not kill Broly, of course, as Broly, Chi-Lai, and Lemo would actually stay on planet Earth, as, while it is true, would Broly want to go back to planet Vampa? True, but I feel like with Chi-Lai and Lemo, they would tell him to stay here as it's more peaceful, and it's nicer here, which Broly would then agree. So with all of them staying there, that would be some difference. So Broly is actually on Earth. Goku would take a quick kindness to Broly and start to teach him how to control his power, even going to Beerus' planet and learning together. Now, Gohan and Piccolo would still have their amazing arc, fighting Cell Max and the Gammas. With Gohan and Piccolo actually being stronger, Piccolo, Orange Piccolo, and would there be Beast Gohan though? Well, we know that Beast Gohan is basically him trying to be more human than Saiyan from what we know. You could argue that Beast Gohan is possible. So for what if purposes, Gohan would still unlock the Beast form, okay? I know he might still need Mystic for it, but I'm saying that he doesn't need it. His potential is more than enough to unlock the Beast form, as Beast Gohan needs to be in the series. Beast Gohan would have still defeated Cell Max just like before, and now we're going to cut forward to the Granola arc. Now with the Granola arc, he would learn about the fact that Frieza is kind of dead, so would the Granola arc even happen? Well, since Frieza's presumably dead, he does have a hatred for Saiyans, which is true, so you could say that he would still have the intention to go attack them, and either way, whether he doesn't, which he wouldn't be able to fight them, and if he tried and he still wished to become the strongest in the universe, he would die. He would get the gas treatment and die within a minute or so, because remember, he wished to become the strongest. Goku is far too powerful. He is many scaling higher than what he originally was. And if Gas tried to make the same wish, then he would have died the same way. Now you could say that Gas would have headed to Earth to try and fight himself. Maybe he wished for more power, not to become the strongest, but for more power. He would have been defeated. Whether it was Vegeta, Gohan, or even Goku, or even Piccolo, they would have still defeated him either way. And there is no Black Frieza arc. Of course, Frieza's still in hell, sitting there listening to rainbows and sunshine. So there would finally be peace again on Earth. And that is it for this What If series, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm so sorry that it ended this quickly though. But again, a lot of those stories would have went similar, but Goku's just so much stronger, would have really not made much of a difference. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the series. Thank you all so much for watching. Let's get 20,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you all later.